Policy statement for freshwater update and pre-notification of engagement approach. Warren. Oh, and Kath is on. Oh, nice to see you, Kath. Kia ora. Oh, just your mic, Warren, please. Thanks.
I'll just briefly introduce this, and Kath will take you through the detail of it. This is a pretty short report. There's two parts of it. Firstly, it provides an update on the National Policy Statement Freshwater Management. We've provided you with an update last was 6 months ago in March, and so there's this one due as well. So that will tell you what the team's been doing for the last 6 months. And the second part is to give you some background on the engagement material that we're preparing at the moment for public engagement in early November to early December, about 5 weeks of it, and that will and there's quite a lot of work in the discussion document. You'll recall we've got an NPS Freshwater Management Political Working Group, and the idea is that this report gives delegation to that working group to finalise the words in the documentation. Kath, did you want to add anything?
Thank you, Warren. Kia ora. I was just going to note that since the last update to the committee on progress with the MPS-FM, we have moved into starting to draft provisions, so actual RPS provisions relating to Te Manawa Te Wai visions and environmental outcome statements, and those will be included as drafts for comment when we go out for the community engagement later this year. We've also been doing a lot of technical and policy work on issues and options papers relating to all the different MPS-FM requirements relating to the National Objectives Framework and the new requirements for how we manage streams and wetlands, and identifying specific bodies of significance such as outstanding water bodies, habitats of threatened species, and primary contact sites. We've also had a really good session of stakeholder engagement recently, with 11 workshops held with policy stakeholders over August. Really good feedback on how that all went, with people seeing it as a good open forum for engaging ideas and understanding where we're at with our current knowledge on the requirements and what data we've got in Auckland. And so what we're moving into now is preparing for that community engagement. So that will be focused around a discussion document, which is currently around 50 something pages long, presenting a lot of information about what's required under the National Policy Statement, what we already know about what the entry plan provides or where it needs to change, and then some direction on the areas that we're looking at changing. And then we've also got quite a lot of technical work still going on about target attribute states and starting to draft plan changes and the action plans that go with it, recognising the need for both regulatory and non-regulatory actions. So in the resolutions, we just wanted to set out the general framework of engagement that we've got, noting that the first primary point there is the ongoing engagement with mana whenua. We've been having hui since 2021. The most recent was that combined hui that was noted with the water strategy work. Whereas it's a staged approach with the community engagement. So some quite general engagement last year, asking people how they used fresh water in Auckland and what their aspirations are. And then this November engagement will be a lot more detailed, presenting information that people can comment on. Whereas there's quite a different approach then with policy and local stakeholders, with workshops and communications targeted to their interest. And then a regular program of workshops and meetings with the committee, with the working group and local boards to report on the feedback that we receive from that process. And then aiming to get a plan change notified by the 31st of December next year. So still a lot of work to do, both in engagement and in the technical work behind it. But that's the general outline of plan. And then seeking that you note that or confirm the timing for that engagement, and then delegate to the political working group the approval of the final wording of the discussion document. That's all I was going to note. I think now Warren and I can take questions.
Kia ora, Kath, and thank you for joining us. I know you haven't been well last week, or this week.
Thank you.
Kia ora, I think it's pretty straightforward. Do we have any questions here? We've gone through this in a lot of detail with the working group. Councillor Baker's moved, and Councillor Ferry seconded. Any questions? Perfect. Thank you both for the work on this and for this paper. Don't think there's any debate. Thank you. All in favour?
Thank you.
Anyone opposed? No. Perfect. Thank you. Right, so we have item 12.